Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Jeep Wrangler. This is the Moab 392. It's finished off in rain, and the MSRP is just over $86,000. So we have a very powerful and fun vehicle at the same time to go over. So let's start off with what this is powered by. In order to gain access to the engine, you do have the manual releases on both sides. And then from there, we can take a look at the 6.4 liter Hemi V8. This is paired to an 8-speed automatic, and it pumps out 470 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque. You'll also notice the 392 badge and then the Jeep Hydro Glide, which is that functional inlet right there. This also has the bump stops for the windshield because you can fold the windshield down, which is nice. Now with this Hemi Wrangler, you can also do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and the top speed is 112 miles an hour. This also has the factory 35-inch tire, so ground clearance is just over 11 inches, and this has a very good approach, departure, and breakover angle. Now for the rest of this vehicle, this has the Warn winch built into the steel front bumper, where you can also remove these outside edges here if you want a little bit better of an approach angle, you want to see more of that tire. There's fog lights, of course, along with steel skid plates underneath, and then there's LEDs for the lighting, turn signal and DRL on the fender arch there, and then a forward camera and the traditional grille design with all of the gray trim accents. And then with the 35-inch tires, this has the 17-inch beadlock capable wheels. There's also the improved suspension for better off-road use, along with on-road use with the amount of power that this has for better accelerations. There's steel rock sliders down below. And then with this Jeep too, this has the one-touch sky roof that will open up. And of course, the doors are removable too. There's also a rain channel up top, so that way when it is raining out, water won't go directly into the vehicle when you open the door. Now this also has the full-size spare with the camera. There's LEDs for the lighting, the steel rear bumper. This can tow around 3,500 pounds as well, and it also has the active exhaust system. So let's take a listen. Definitely sounds good. I believe I have it in the off position right now. So once we get it out on the road, we can open that up. Now this also has a proximity door handle for the rear, so you can easily unlock and swing that open and then open the glass from there. Where you still have a good bit of space in back, you also have an area you can place some bolts when you do take some of those components off. A little bit of storage with some tie downs. This has the Alpine audio, and you can fold down the back seats for even more interior space. Now with this roof option, you can also remove these panels right here. So you can basically leave the purple trim on. You will remove the top two handles here, and you can completely remove those, which is nice. Now for the door panel, it's pretty simple since you can remove them. You have a little bit of space in your release handle and then a grab handle up top to make it much easier to get into. Now this also has some storage pockets. There's window controls, auxiliaries, and vents. And then you can also fold this middle half down where you have cup holders and a little bit of storage. As far as headroom goes, at 5'10", I have about 4 inches of space. And then you can also fold the headrest down for better visibility, or you can fold the seats down for better access. So still pretty capable for the back half there. Now up front, very similar to the rear, there's lock and unlock and the mirror adjustments, and then this has automatic front seats. Now as we start this back up, this has a solid and perforated leather steering wheel, paddle shifters with audio controls just underneath. There's cruise control settings, and then adjustments for the LCD screen in the middle. You'll notice both sides are going to be fixed, and then there's quite a lot that you can go through. You'll notice some of the pages, you can also go left and right to pull up some more of the vitals. There's off-road information, and then some daily driving information to take a look at. So there's a good bit to scroll through. You can even get into setup and adjust what you'd like to see in the upper left and right. And then there's the headlight adjustments, a dimmer switch, one air vent there, a little bit of storage on the dash, and with the infotainment system, there's a good bit to go through too. So you can add some widgets depending on what you'd like to use. There's media, the climate adjustments, navigation and phone when that's paired. And then under vehicle, there's a lot of settings here to get into to set everything up to your liking. You have a few shortcuts, and then under off-road pages, you can look at a lot more. Steering angle, what diffs are locked. You can pull up some gauges, pitch and roll, and then there's a shortcut to the forward camera. You can also clean both of them, which is helpful, especially if you are in the mud or water off-road, and there's a few apps to get into as well. Now, Jeep likes to have a lot of physical controls down below. So there's fan speed, temperature dials, This has heated seats, heated steering wheel, there's volume and tuning. This is the active exhaust, so that definitely will get much louder. There's downhill assist, parking sensors, traction control too, and then window controls. This is for your media, so you can pair your phone. There's also a 12 volt. You can lock the rear only or do front and rear. There's off-road plus, sway bar disconnect, and then factory auxiliary switches. So let's say you want to hook the winch up to one of those, you already have a built-in place to do that. And then we can pull up the camera system again. You can also shift down here. This is a 4-wheel drive selector. And then there's the manual parking brake along with cup holders. You get 2 storage bins in the middle, along with a locking glove box, passenger grab handle, and then the My Sky roof. So one touch, you can open that up. There's also garage door buttons as well. And you can also do the roof while moving. So there's no speed limits to do that. But let's go ahead and get this Hemi out on the road. And from second gear, here we go. And a minor acceleration, we're up to speed. Of course, this has a lot more potential than what I am doing today. And this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Wrangler. Definitely a fun vehicle. You sit very high up. You have a short windshield too, where you have basically the base of the hood right here. So it's pretty easy to place. There's really not many blind spots. And even with the full-size spare, I can easily see that vehicle that is currently behind me. So that doesn't take up too much of your visibility through that window. But it's a cool place to be. We don't have some of the latest updates for this model, like the larger full digital gauge cluster, but there's a lot of the controls, of course, that you would want in a vehicle like this and where they have to place them because of the doors coming off. So it's a great layout. It's a nice vehicle to drive. Seats are very comfortable too, and you have a lot of headspace for your driver. So at 5'10", I have maybe 4.5 inches of headroom. So you can be much taller than me and still fit in this pretty comfortably. Now, like I mentioned before, you have the one touch there. So I'm not sure how the audio will do. I'll just go ahead and close it. There's no speed limit to open that, so you can do that even if you're out on the highway too, which is fantastic. And that's just another comfort level or comfort option to go with this model. But the Wrangler is a cool vehicle, something that you can take this straight from the dealership to off-roading. I did take mine off-road in the stock configuration, so you can take a look at that video if you want to see how a basic Wrangler will do. With the 35s on this and all of the off-roading tech features that you have, this will be able to crawl up anything, and then you'll comfortably be able to drive home. So it is a functional vehicle for those situations, and then just a fun vehicle to daily drive. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Wrangler Moab 392. Once again, huge shout out to Benson Chrysler, Jeep Dodge and Ram for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.